So I'm going to be posting some videos with information about dealing with people who are sociopaths, narcissists, just all-out difficult people, people with antisocial disorder, and people who have borderline personality disorder. Um, Incidentally, there was an article that said that there are about 3.8 people who are diagnosed with one of these similar disorders, namely sociopaths. And so chances are you know and have interacted with a sociopath. You may have dated one, be living with one, be married to one, have an ex that's one, etc. So one of my friends shared this article that's called How to Co-Parent with a Narcissist or a Difficult Partner. And these are kind of the takeaways, a summary of the video if you didn't want to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, throw in that title and watch away. So it said that it's all about them, the narcissist. Everything is about them, and they cannot see you. They're just incapable of being able to see anybody but themselves. It says that they cannot understand your side of the story or hear your side of the story. They'll often cut you off and want nothing to do with you. And their whole life is about distractions and not letting people see what's at their core. And they will constantly fight you. Everything becomes a fight, and you are constantly at war. It says even if you try to help them, they will attack you. The woman in this article referenced it to a bear being caught in a bear trap and you going to try to help the bear, but then they try to tear your face off for trying to help them. So if you think about this, an example could be that you are willing to take them to get their car at the shop or to drop their car off at the shop, and they blatantly refuse and start fighting with you because, God forbid, you do something nice for them and you're not being this horrible person that they tell people that you are. Or if you offer to help out with your kids or their other kids, basically like they refuse to let you be a good or nice person, and they will tear your face off if you attempt to be nice to them, because then you obviously do not fit in to the horrible things that they say about you, so they can't allow that to happen. It says they will cut you to pieces and do what they can to hurt you. This is their main goal, is to tear you apart at all costs. It says they will do whatever they can to annihilate you. They will talk bad about you. They will call your office and talk bad about you. They will spread rumors about you and make up stories about you. They usually react very rashly and have gut reactions. And they don't generally have the headspace to realize their trauma and reaction, like what it does to others, especially their children. So they just kind of are overbearing, overly emotional, and usually blow things out of proportion. And it doesn't matter who they take down in doing this. Her advice in the video is that you have to learn how to hold on to yourself in the moment when dealing with a narcissist, because they will go out of their way to trigger your wounds. They know how to hurt you, and that is their main goal. So say that you have a problem and you're trying to communicate with them and to fix it. They don't care. They don't care about that. They will blame you. They will play the victim. They will tear you apart. They will find out your worst fears and then use that against you. It says that they will try to make you fear what they think about you and gather people in their corner to talk bad about you. So they want you to care about what they think of you. And this is a problem for a lot of codependent people. She talked about a lot in the video. So I guess that's where it's easier for me to deal with a narcissist, but the narcissists hate me more because I'm not codependent and I don't care what they think about me, and I know they're liars and manipulative and they lack empathy and all the other things I'll talk about in other videos. And so if somebody tells me that they're saying horrible things about me on social media, I just go, okay, and I walk away. I don't ask what they say. I've had some people confront me and say, hey, I saw this person say this about you. What happened? What's going on? And I just tell them what happened, and they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, I literally don't care what they do with their lives. I prefer for them to be good people and not sociopaths and narcissists and, make people's lives an ever-living hell. And I prefer for them to not use people for their own personal gain. But you can't stop a sociopath from being a horrible person. So if they tell people horrible things about me, I don't care because I know they're not true. And if those people are so quick to believe what this person says about me without actually knowing me, then I probably don't want to be friends with them at all. But this is one of a sociopath and narcissistic personality's main goal, is to get everybody to think what they think with no proof, to manipulate, lie, and twist things. And all they want to do is hurt you. And they want you to care that they are hurting you. So that's where I kind of piss off some narcissists, because I don't care because I know it's not true. Sorry, narcissists. It says that they're mainly waiting to see your reaction. Therefore, you shouldn't react to them, as this is what they crave. And you'll never win against them, she said. And then when you think you've gotten somewhere with them, they'll just go lower and hit you lower, and they'll stop at nothing to just completely tear you apart and annihilate you as a person. So basically the way that I deal with this is that I will say the main thing again. So if it's something about a work thing, I would say, again, I am unable to help you out on this project. If you need some guidance in how to handle this, please reach out to our supervisor. And if they try and deflect or say something really hurtful and horrible and try to cut me down, then I just reiterate what I said again, and I don't feed into them being petty. If it's in dealing with a child situation, if they say something like, oh, well, is he even your child's biological father, trying to say that there's some question about it, then you just ignore them. Or you just blatantly say, well, we can do a paternity test. Because they're looking to get a reaction from you. They want to make you angry. They want to piss you off. Their goal in life is to feed off of pissing you off and frustrating you and getting at your core, and you just need to ignore it. I also sometimes will say K, because that means that they're being ridiculous, petty, immature. I know they're just trying to start a fight. Sometimes I don't even acknowledge what they said because it's so immature and just horrible. I mean, like she said in the video, they will stop at nothing to annihilate you. They want to make you feel horrible, and they want to tear you apart, which I don't even understand how people like this have children, because they have no moral compass. I mean, they don't care if they hurt their children, their family, their friends, their significant others. I mean, they will take themselves down just to take you down. But then they would never admit that, and they'd talk you in circles. And again, like she said, there's no winning with them. So usually the best way to react to a narcissist, a sociopath, is not to react. Don't engage them. Don't fuel the fire. You know that they're a liar and manipulative, and this is what they want. You can't give them what they want, and that's actually going to frustrate them more and make them more angry, and hopefully they just leave you alone and find another target, unfortunately, to wreak their havoc on. And then she talks about the main things that you can do is know your laws in your state and just try to not react to their manipulation, because no one can control a narcissist. The thing that I love that she said, and it makes perfect sense, is that the more chaotic their lives are, sadly, the happier they are. So if maybe they're trying to pick a fight with somebody else and that person isn't engaging them, so then they take it out on you and they try and get a reaction from you. Like, they can't just be happy. They can't have things just be easy. They will go out of their way to make things difficult and then say you are the one who is making things difficult, because they can't have happiness. They can't have you be the good person that you are, because that would ruin everything for them. It's like they thrive off of drama and being the victim and blaming others. It's honestly, it's a sickness. I know it's a disorder, but just a disorder is not the best word for me to describe it. It really is. You are sick. You are sick in the head. If you treat people this way, if this is how you live life. I'm the complete opposite. I will help my friends, my family, my exes. Like, if somebody needs my help, I will help them. People that I barely know, but I'm also not a doormat, so I don't want to get taken advantage of, because I've had that happen before too. So I know my boundaries, but my philosophy is help everybody that you can. I do what I can with what I have. So a friend of mine was talking about how his grandma was going to buy him curtains for his new apartment, and I had a box full of curtains. I said, take whatever you want, use whatever you want. Like, I have this and I can help you. And he helps me in many other ways. He took my daughter and I to the airport. Just let me know, I'll request it off. And before you say anything, no, he doesn't like me like that. He has a girlfriend and he's completely in love with her. He's just a really good guy and a really good friend. And same for him. Like, we need to help each other, especially in raising children. I mean, it takes a village. I used to pick up my daughter's dad's girls from elementary school because he worked third shift, and I was like, there's no reason for you to wake up early and come and get the girls if I'm picking up our daughter and we have to go to your house anyway to get her sports stuff. So I'll pick up the girls, no problem. And I'd still do it. I'd pick them up, I'd take them places. If my daughter and I went and got food, I'd get them food too. Like, I try to be as accommodating and nice as possible, and that's how everybody should be. And you shouldn't need their life story either. Just recently I had something come up where I needed somebody to give my daughter a ride home from her sports event, and unfortunately somebody had to make things very difficult and refused. And then I asked one of her coaches, and all I said was that I needed to leave, and asked if they could take her home. And they were like, yeah, no problem. And I'm eternally grateful. That's how things should work. I don't understand why people go out of their way to be horrible to other people and difficult. But again, it's about power and control, which we'll talk more about in talking about sociopaths and narcissists. Again, they just live for the chaos. So she said that if you want peace, you basically can't engage the narcissist, because they will never give you peace, because they will never find peace, because they can't live a life without drama and chaos. I mean, even after people, say your kid turns 18, the narcissist and sociopath will most likely continue to complain about you. And they'll say it in a way where it's just like, oh, well, thank God we don't have to deal with him or her anymore. Thank God our child is 18, so we don't have to deal with them. It's like they're just obsessed with you still because they need something to complain about. They can't just be happy. They can't not think about you. They can't just relax and be happy, because what makes them happy is chaos and drama, power, control, and hurting other people. So you can't find peace when what you do in life is go out of your way to hurt other people and cause drama and make things difficult. The two don't go together. So she said that in dealing with your children, all that you can really do is say that you're sorry that they have to experience this other parent, and that it is your job to make things easier for your children when they're with you, because you will never be able to control a narcissistic parent. So, you know, I'm really sorry that your dad makes you feel like you're worthless, but you are a rock star kid and you're doing things that every other teenager would, and I'm really proud of you for the things that you have accomplished, and that you can come to me and talk to me, and I know you're going to make mistakes, but I'm here to help you. I'm sorry that your narcissistic parent treats you so badly, or that they call you horrible names and make you feel like you're not good enough. Then again, remember, they'll blame and deflect. So then usually they'll make the children feel like it's their fault, or that they are wrong for feeling the things that they're feeling. They may even lie or put things into the child's head, like that they have something wrong with them, that they're depressed and they need help, even though they're not depressed, but they're upset because their parent is treating them horribly and making them feel like crap, or is keeping them from their other parent. For instance, if a child does not want to see that parent or wants to see their other parent, them going out of their way to keep that child from seeing their other parent will, of course, make the child feel bad. And then the narcissistic parent will say, oh, well, why are you so depressed? What's wrong? And it obviously couldn't be their fault, because they're such a good parent and they never do anything wrong. So then they blame the child. They blame anything else they can. Is there a boyfriend, a girlfriend, friends, school? Is it this, that, or anything? Because it could never possibly be them. Even if the child says it is them, or says what they want, and because it's not what the narcissistic parent wants, the child is therefore wrong, and the child must have something wrong with them, because it's never their fault. So, if you want to read that article, watch the YouTube video. It's how to co-parent with a narcissist or a difficult partner, and I will be posting more videos. I've had a lot of people already give me a ton of information about sociopaths, antisocial disorder, and borderline personality disorder. I have a lot of friends who have crazy exes that have a lot of stories they've shared with me, or said that they want to come on and share in my videos some things that they've experienced and some tips that they have. So I will eventually go through the list of the characteristics of a sociopath, but one big one is they're usually a narcissist, and that's really hard on the other parent and the children.